Yeah. Oh. Oof. Na 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 na. 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 Mm-hmm. Vigor. Invigorating. If that's what you mean. You know what I'm saying? was just one of the most challenging things that I've ever done. I wouldn't say most challenging. Do you own a fretless guitar? Appreciate y'all for the conversation too, by the way. I hate when I be live and I see people watching, but they ain't saying nothing to me. What was the easiest way for me to truly learn the theory side of guitar? For me, it was learning from as many different sources as possible. And trying to connect the dots because music is not easy. And anytime that you learn something, one of the things that my band director taught me that really stuck with me the most, he said, even if he's talking to another section, oftentimes it will apply to any instrument across the room. So he'll be conversing with the trumpets and he'll be giving them instruction on how to play a certain thing. And by the time that he gets to the trombones, he'll say, well, I said that to the trumpets. Why didn't y'all get it over here, trombones? Everything that I'm saying applies to everybody in the room. So he said it's called transfer of learning. Even the things that we do in our warm-ups, we should try to emphasize to play in our actual songs. So, transfer of learning. I learned a lot of things on piano that helped me learn guitar. I learned a lot of things on trombone that helped me learn guitar. Shoot, I learned a lot of things from singing that helped me learn guitar. So, really just taking all of the different concepts and trying to apply it to the instruments that I'm learning. Because music is music. The theories don't change. It's really just how is it implemented on that particular instrument that you're on. So, guitar. It is a Jazzmaster with the Telecaster parts. Telemaster. So even right here it says Tele. Trying to get out the blind. Boom. It says Tele. What's it say right there? Telemaster headstock, as you see. Telecaster headstock, as you see. Telecaster bridge, pickups, tone configuration, the whole nine. But Jazzmaster body. So we call it a Telemaster. Shell pink. These are only custom made. You can't really find them nowhere. Like they sell the parts for you to build them your own, but you wouldn't be able to just like buy a Telemaster. Yeah, when I found this guitar, I knew it was the one for me. I went to that store maybe like 4 or 5 times, and I didn't know if this was the guitar that I was looking at because I kept looking at other ones. But when I picked up this one, I felt the tone vibrating from the wood. I didn't even plug it in. I played this guitar for like a week straight without plugging it in. I was just playing the guitar and I felt all of the tones like resonate with my spirit. What guitars do you own right now? that a song request? I ain't want to do no song request. Oh, a blues chord. Um, the blues plays a lot of dominant chords. There's a lot of different ways for you to play dominant chords. Easiest way, if you don't know chords already, chords are just when you play more than one note at the same time. So, dominant chords, or there's a lot of different types of chords. So when you play more than one note at the same time, you can play two notes. Oftentimes, people define chords as more than two notes at the same time. So two notes, but I prefer three notes. That's a minor chord. I can make that major. Usually whenever you're playing a chord, you're playing a triad. So it's in a particular order. A 1, a 3, and a 5 is what we usually like to say it. But it's not always 1 through 5. It could be 3, 5, 1, or it could be 5, 1, 3. As long as you're using the numbers 1, 3, and 5. And that's not frets, but that's pertaining to the scale, right? C, D, E, F, G is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I play 1, 3, 5 at the same time, that's a chord. Blues chords use extended chords. 1, 3, 5, 7. There, I ended on the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here I go. 1, 3, 5, 7. That's called a major 7. If I lowered that 7th note down a half step, that would make it dominant as long as I stayed within the major scale. So I got, switching it up here, 1, 2. Y'all can even see my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to 1. Blues uses all that all the time. With whatever shuffle that they're playing it with. So I don't know, a blues shuffle. Turning the delay off. So, in order to play 1, 3, 5, and flat 7, you could play it by playing it out of order. Playing the 1, the flat 7, and the 3. If I were to tell you the frets that I'm playing on, I'm not playing the A string. I'm only playing Eddie, Dynamite Good, E, D, and G. And I'm playing on the 8th fret, the 8th fret, and the 9th fret. And that's considered a dominant 7. Another way of playing it, I could play, instead of playing 1, 7, 3, I could play 1, 3, 7. And those frets would be on 88 Dynamite, 8, 7, 8. Those are dominant chords. Those are blues chords. What? Sorry, I was struggling to find that link. You own an Ibanez and a Jackson. You forgot shock ones. Oh, which ones? You have a Yamaha TR 4-string. I love Sterlings. I was playing on a Sterling 7-string guitar, trying to make it make sense for like. I oftentimes don't jam with a bassist, so I often try to make it make sense whenever I'm playing like the bass lines and the chords at the same time. Because sometimes I'll play songs. Or mad. E flat. So I'd like to move the bass line a little bit more whenever I'm playing a lot of songs without a bassist. When I do stuff like that with a bassist, sometimes I feel like I'm conflicting. Even when I do stuff like that with like a drummer around, sometimes I feel like I'm conflicting. But to answer your question about the order of like chord tones, the order of chord tones don't matter as long as you're playing those chord tones. Even if I was to play just like my caged chords, my open string chords. Let's take E major chord, for example, and then C major chord, for example. And I'm going to get rid of this and zoom out some. That way I know you can see it. I'm going to start with C major chord. No, I'm going to start with G major chord. We're going to do G and E. G major chord, you're playing the scale G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm only playing the notes, the 1, the 3, and the 5. So as you've learned a G major chord, if you've learned a G major chord using these frets, that is 3, 2, open, 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 3. Some people might do the 3rd fret of B as well, or open B. Here's the thing with those notes. With those frets, you're playing G, which is the 1st note, 2nd fret of A, which is the 3rd note, open D. So that's 1, 3, 5 right there. Open G again, which is my next 1. Open B, which is my next 3. So I'm doubling up the 3rd fret of E and the open G string. Both of those notes are G. And the 2nd fret of A and the open B string. Both of those notes are B. And then D would be by itself, unless I decided to play the 3rd fret of the B string, which is the note D, and my open B string. So I would also be tripling up G by playing the open G string and the high pitch strings. But I'm still playing 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. No, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Slowing it down. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, and then 1. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 1. Right? Those are the scale degrees that I was playing. If I just isolated 3 strings, I would still be playing the chord 1, 3, 5. Or if I just decided to do 8 Dynamite Good, that's still a G chord. If I decided to do Good Dynamite Goodbye, strings 2 through 4, that's still a G chord. It doesn't matter what order I play it in, as long as I'm using those notes. If I decide to spread them out all the way, 1, 5, 3, it's still a G chord. Why did I bring up the E major chord? A lot of these chords are movable. So here's my E major chord. The scale degrees that I'm playing are 1, 5, 1. This is doubled. And the open E string. If I walk up the scale, 1, 2, 3, there's my 3. It's only played on the 1st fret of G. So I'm playing the scale degrees 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. This is an E chord, by the way. E chord, I took the entire thing up a half step, so it made the entire thing. Still the same shape, but it changed all the notes. So instead of playing an E chord, I'm playing now an F chord. I'd have to bar in order to get that. So barring would be a challenge. F sharp, and then there goes G. Wait a minute. I'm playing G right here. But earlier I played G like this. Same notes. Different order though. When I'm right here, I'm playing 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 1. I'm gonna say it again. 1, 3, 5. Doubling up on 1. Doubling up on 3. Tripling up on 1. Ooh. Nope, that's wrong. There it goes. But when I decided to do it in my E shape, like how I played the E chord but took it up a few half steps, that's 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. It didn't matter the order of how I played it. It's still a E chord. So, well, it's still a G chord, not an E chord. So hopefully that makes sense. Guitar can get confused when it comes to the theories behind that, but truly understanding it will make the world of a difference. Yes, I do also attempt to play the drums. That's why I got a virtual drum set behind me, digital drum set. You should probably go to bed, but you'll tune in to the next stream. Pleasure. And just save this stream. That way you can rewatch it for later. I don't delete my streams, so. Solid response. The notes are the same. I wish I could like make this stream chat larger to see. And I can. I'm sitting here struggling trying to see. Who told me to do this? Boom. I do it. Bet. One of my favorite things about guitar, although I'm playing a lot of these triads right now, is just letting open strings ring. Like, you know how many songs I have where the strings are just like, just ringing. Granted, this isn't my song. Open strings ringing though. past his eyes and now I can't see. I have a firm belief that either silence or open chords do change a song's vibe. Oh, hands down. I agree 1,000%. I love a good silent moment, especially when like the rhythm section just hits like a on the one. But nah, open string. I wouldn't even say open chords, but open strings. Like a lot of the chords that I were playing, they weren't open chords. They were just open strings. So it acts as a as a pad, just a layer of sound. I could just hear these chords all day long. Same. I prefer the calm songs. Missed my strings. Gotta do it again. E minor walk up. You don't know much about electric guitar as you do acoustic. It's all the same. I think the thing about electric guitars, it's really just the electronics and the effects that will make it slightly different. But the notes, the strings, where you place your guitar, how you think about it, I feel like it's literally the same. It might be a different approach though, because acoustic guitars feel more like a percussion instrument because they're wooden, and the strums have more of a striking aspect to it. You have been taking lessons from God, bro. Nah, man, I allow God to use me. I am just a servant. Why can't black people pronounce their letter T? Well, that was racist. It's just a question. I choose not to talk like that. I'm an educator, so I actually try to enunciate all of my syllables. Right now, I'm over enunciating just for you to understand what I am saying. But no, I definitely utilize the use of my T's. Open string still. Different vibe. The first one was all major chords. This one is really emphasizing A minor being the tonic. Nah, it's still emphasizing E, but A minor is definitely prevalent. Ooh. Joe Swanson impersonation. What they gotta do with guitar? Oop. I need to do better with this chat. I'm going to make it smaller and lift it up higher. There we go. I just don't need to see that. There we go. You can't behind acoustic guitar mistakes. Electric, you can get away with mistakes. Debatable. But it is more prevalent on acoustic guitar for sure. I feel like electric guitar mistakes, I hear them clear as day, loud as all get out, just because they're electrified, like they're amplified. But I think a lot of people just get so distracted by electric guitars, especially if you add on a little bit of distortion, and they hear all of that grit and they're looking like, oh yeah. And that wasn't even that gritty. Like when you play songs that are like heavily distorted, this might be a better tone. Like they feel like they can get away with sounding sloppy. That may not sound good, but how do I put it? It may not sound good, but because they have those effects on it, people hear the effects more than they actually hear the song. And they're like, yeah, that's rocking. Nah, that sounds great. Meanwhile, I hear all of the horrible in-between things that's actually happening in between it. So it's, as a guitar educator, I would debate that statement. Granted, acoustic, you will hear it more. But you'll hear it just as much on electric. You'll hear it just as much on electric. What's good, Jim? I got you. Power chords. Technically, that's just a suspended power chord. The first chord is a real power chord. Power chord, so let's take the F. Is that a song request? I'm I'm not doing song requests. Check out the pinned message. I'm in the wrong key. Cool, so yeah, bet. The real key of that song is E flat minor. E flat power chord is right here. 6th fret, 8/8. But if I take this down an octave, if I take this note down an octave, it's still this power chord, but now it's emphasizing the low note also being the middle note. I'm moving the bass note the whole time. But the tonic is played in every single chord. Remember, the tonic is E flat, so we're staying in the key of E flat the whole time. That's smacking. Just like Blackbird, except I'm changing that high note. I kind of like the new high note. How are you directly connecting the first to the string? The guitar to the string. Okay, solid. So, good question. Music interfaces. Usually they're used whenever you're recording and all those things. So I don't have an interface. I gave one to my homie, but I do have a mixer board that serves as an interface. So, ooh. Everything started falling. Ignore the sounds that you might have heard. This mixer board is my interface. I know the mic stand might be in the way. 22 inputs. The guitar is coming through the first channel. So whenever I play the guitar, it lights up to let you know that you're getting signal. Muting it. Boom. This and my voice is coming through channel 5. I don't know why I have them separated so far away, but YOLO. All of that is being sent to the master channel, which is right here. So if I had any of these other channels being used, like if a drummer was in my, why my camera stopped working? Am I getting a phone call or something? Sorry. I don't know what just happened. All of that is being connected to the master channel. So if any other of these inputs were being used, like if I decided to use one of these and turned it up and had drums connected or a saxophone connected or any of the things, it'll all route to the master channel. The master channel is going to my streaming platform. I have a streaming platform called OBS, where essentially I run my live stream through OBS, which allows me to have a bunch of different screens, have a bunch of different camera setups, show a different background. Shoot, if I wanted to play a video, it'll play a video for me like this. Hey man, say man, first and foremost, I would like to say thank you for watching this live stream, because you didn't have to be watching this right now, but you are watching it, so don't scroll away. Do me a favor, just double tap the screen. That way you could like this and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date anytime I do go live again. That is the best way to support this channel. But if you would like to support me, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a full-time guitarist and a full-time guitar educator. So not only do I teach using these live stream platforms, I teach in person. So if you are interested in taking lessons, I serve the Atlanta area, but I also do online virtual guitar lessons as well. If you would like to take lessons or learn guitar, check out the support link in the description. Or if you just want to support me and donate to the cause, that way I can become the best guitar educator that the world has seen, hit the link in the bio. Anyway, back to the live stream. So yeah, live stream platform, OBS, but using the mixer will allow me to connect it directly to the stream. Needlessly, I see your comment. You said, are solos in rock songs and metal songs, etc., usually improvised like jazz solos are? Yes and no. Improvisation is nothing but creating music on the spot. So depending on who is improvising, they probably have learned to improvise differently than a jazz musician might have. But technically, there's nothing but 12 notes. You recently got an interface. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you, Needless. Fireplace. Let me answer Needless first. Yes and no. So oops, sorry, my cable's in the way of my phone. Oh, I'm all over the place today. So depending on what the rock musician is improvising depending on how they like to write music, because improvisation is nothing but writing music on the spot. So if they are writing music on the spot, but they're pulling from the chord changes in the song, that might be jazz related. Case in point, famous jazz song, Autumn Leaves. If I were to play the chords behind that, or am I? Okay, I have to find that. Minor. No, half diminished. There it goes. Jazz musicians might try to improvise using those chord tones and hyper emphasize and hyper fixate on the chord tones and playing certain licks that will fit the jazz realm but follow the chord. While a lot of rock musicians, they might like to pull a lot of licks instead, like their favorite riffs, and try to tie that in. They might focus more on the pentatonic and less on the chord tone. Now, depending on how you approach it, neither of them sound bad. I think pentatonic is less musical, but it's still music regardless. And some people can make the pentatonic speak. Like they could say the pentatonic scale like or they could play the pentatonic scale like they're speaking a foreign language. And then, adding in your things that make it kind of spicy. Like instead of playing the pentatonic, they might actually add in the fourth note and the seventh note of the scale, but they might play it like a harmonic minor. So instead of playing just the A minor pentatonic, right? They might want to add that in. I wouldn't say that's jazzy. I would not say that's jazzy at all. But I would say that's rockish, so to speak. And with that approach being rockish, I am still playing pentatonic, but I did not play it strictly to the guitar. Strictly to the pentatonic. Because I added in those few fancy notes. So, anyway, though, rock solos and jazz solos can be improvised as if they are the same. What is my favorite song to perform? I don't have a favorite song to perform. I just play. Like whatever the client, whatever pays. If that answers your question, whatever pays is what my favorite song to perform is. So if somebody is paying me and they're like, perform this song, that is my favorite song for the next 3, 4, 5 minutes for however long I'm getting paid to play. You know what I'm saying? But Fireplace, you recently got an interface and maybe wanted to use it for streaming or recording. Also, that video convinced you to subscribe. I'm glad. Yeah, I made that promo video for my live streams whenever I am live so that I could just press the button and tell people to do that. But I don't use it often enough. I need to use it more, especially whenever I need a break from talking or like I just need to readjust all of the things that I have going on here. So it's ever since I switched up like the mic angle and camera angle and all the things, I felt like that video was perfect timing for me to get my life on track. You know what I'm saying? Good little 60 seconds and I'm back to it. Any tips for the Sweet Child solo? Just keep playing. That fast part, your hands slip too much. Oh, and you're on an acoustic? I might need to re-listen to the Sweet Child solo. But I do know one thing though. When playing guitar solos, like electric stuff on an acoustic, it is good to get you using your fingers and get your fingers moving, but some things are going to be physically more challenging on an acoustic guitar than it is on an electric guitar. Your strings don't bend as easily. If you're trying to bend them and do certain things, they don't. You have to press down harder in order to make certain sounds actually come through. So it's really just, you have a different set of challenges that you would on an acoustic. Even like bar chords are harder to do on an acoustic guitar than it is on a electric guitar. You don't have to put down as much pressure if your action is good and all the other things. I'm not just gonna assume that you have a good guitar. So, but yeah, I mean, just keep going. I will also recommend, whenever learning anything, it's not meant to sound good. You're meant to sound like you're working on it. You know what I'm saying? So don't play the parts that you're good at. Let's say we switch the solo to Hotel California, right? And you already got this part. You already got that intro. Why do you keep playing the intro over and over again? Because you're trying to show off? No, that don't make no sense. Like, if you're struggling with the triplet part, I don't know it. If you're struggling with the triplet part, and let's say that might be the line, that's what you should be working on. You shouldn't be working on anything else other than that one thing over and over again until it sounds better. And if it don't sound better, don't do it. Don't move on. Stop at the light. Don't go. Just keep practicing. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna help you get no better. So just keep working. Honestly, this is a game of hours. Like, you got to put in more hours to truly see the results of this. So hopefully that answers your question. The fast part, slow it down, isolate it, only focus on that part, piecemeal it. So if it's like, and granted, I would have to re-listen to it to truly know it, but like if it's something like, that's the line, right? I just had to shed it in order to figure it out. If I was struggling to play that fast, as you heard me struggling to play that fast the first time that I tried to do it, I wouldn't keep playing it slowly. I would piecemeal it. I would just work on the first 4 notes, then the first 7. Nope. Then the first 3 more, 10. Oh. That was bad. And I would just keep piecemealing it together until I can actually play the entire thing. Because that's the hours that you would need to put in order for you to get better. So, yeah, man. Get you an electric and get to work. Jumping to acoustic from electric is better, definitely. The craziest thing happened while you were playing drums at a concert. You broke your stick on the crash and it stabbed you in the arm. Oh, so you a drummer for real? I'm getting into drumming. All I have is this E set, and I play at my studio, but I don't really drum for real. I got a homie who's teaching me like the groove of the day. So today he got me on a double kick pattern. I'm gonna play it. My drum's connected to the stream, aren't they? Oh, the drum is off. I was wondering why I wasn't playing. There we go. Brief drumming break, even though I'd rather talk about guitar. Ooh. But he put me on this groove. Sorry. He put me on this groove and I had to like get right with it. So, basic. And of course, whenever I speed that up, like it's gonna sound 1,000 times better. That was extremely slow. That was like 1, boom, 2, boom, 3, boom, boom, 4. Even though he's playing like, I ain't there yet because I'm not a drummer for real. But slow practice is good practice. I've been practicing to a metronome. I was considering doing 100 days of drumming. But I didn't want my channel to get too confusing. Like, is he a drummer? Is he a guitarist? Is he this? Is he that? I am a full-time guitarist and guitar educator. But I just really want to get cold on the drums. So, turns that back off. That drum set is off now. Yeah, you could do Thunderstruck, Cannon, Rocks, Reach Out of My. You're practicing more like a gig than a concert. Maybe it'll be easier when you get an electric. Yep. Everlong, Foo Fighters. Can I play Everlong? Oh, you're trying to get song requests. Yeah, I don't do. Not on this live. I'm not doing song requests. You could play Everlong on acoustic and Thunderstruck freestyle. That's why you want me to play it, because you could play it. Yeah, I'm trying not to do song requests for this live stream. Every time I go live, a lot of people are like, play this, play this, play this. And those are a lot of songs that I just would not usually play on guitar, because I like to play songs that I make up, or just like songs that I'm getting paid to play. So song requests for a live stream, it doesn't really feel like it's a give and take. I'd much rather be teaching you all or giving advice or any of the things that would make you a better guitarist rather than entertaining you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, haven't played guitar in a few months because you've been playing saxophone or singing recently, but you're pulling your guitar out because, come on now, that's love. I got a saxophone sitting in the corner that I have not played in a few months because I've been playing guitar lately. So you might be inspiring me to look at, like, it's literally just right. It's to the left of me, staring at me in the face. I'm not going to show you my room because, it looks a little junky, but yep. Yep. You just asked me, do it, my boy. You just asked me for a song request. I'm not doing song requests, but I can teach you an alternative and advanced G chord. And I kind of went over earlier. Easy G chord. Let's look at an alternative way to play it. Let's not do that. We could do that. That's like a major 7, but instead we're going to let the open B string and open E string ring. So I'm playing 3rd fret of E, no A string. I'm not playing an A string. Really, I'm using my index finger to cover the A string. So if I'm playing my index finger right on, it's not covering it. But as soon as I lay my index finger down just a little bit, it covers it. My ring finger is going to be on the 4th fret of D, and my pinky finger on the 4th fret of G. That's a major 7 chord. I'm playing 1, 7, 3. You can't see the fretboard. So originally I said don't play the G. Don't play the open A string. Use your index finger to cover it down. Do I gotta lift it up higher? I'm not looking at this on YouTube, so I don't know what can make it more visible. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, cool. Ring finger on the, where I'm at, ring finger on the 4th fret of D, pinky finger on the 4th fret of G. No A string again, so I'm playing E, D, G. Then the open B and E string is a pretty way of playing it. I'm gonna give you another one. This one may be a little bit too advanced, but you said an advanced way. And this is not a G chord. Of course, these are extended chords. So in order to play this one, you would have to know how to bar. And I don't mean like a full bar where you're putting down your index finger on all 6 strings, but let's just say a half bar. So that means instead of 6, half of 6, 3. Oh, you're 8 years old. Good luck with these. Do the first one that I told you. That's the easiest way. I'm not going to put nothing past you being an 8-year-old guitarist, because I do know some 8-year-old prodigies. I just went to a whole festival and saw a whole bunch of high school, middle school, and elementary school guitar prodigies playing. So I'm not going to put nothing past you. But yeah, I don't know about you doing bar chords just yet. So just do the first version that I told you with the 3rd fret on the E string. No A string. 4th fret of the D and G string. And then open strings. Right, fireplace. But anyway, go to bed. You got school in the morning. I should know because I have to teach. I'm an educator and I got school in the morning. So why your folks letting you still be on YouTube at night? What I feel like playing. That riff is challenging. I'm even stumbling over like the rhythmic aspect of it. I might skip a beat. Chat over and all the things, and I still can't see. You was just playing less champs, at least on your Fender, and that was hurting your finger doing bars. Could be because your strings have an inch of dirt on them. Yes! Change your strings. Every 6 months, minimum. Or get a cloth and wipe it down. I wish I had a visible cloth in here. I do. Oh. Wipe your strings down every time you play. Is nothing to it. Your guitar and your hands will thank you. You made me wipe down my strings the moment that I read that, just because I was disgusted by that thought. What you could do, you could take the pick, right? You could take the pick and you could just like sweep underneath the strings. And that will wipe the dirt off of. It's all good. I know people who like put on lotion before they play, and I judge them. So I'm not judging you for sweating. I know a lot of people who sweat when they teach, when they play, when they perform, when they do any of the things. So yeah, keep doing you, man. Ain't nobody judging. Three little birds sat on the window, and they told me I don't need to worry. So you had your guitar worked on. The receipt said I'm disappointed. That's a sign. Keep wiping them off every single time. I like to keep a cloth around my headstock whenever I put the guitar in the case, because it just reminds me to wipe it down every single time I take it out the case, unless I'm just in a rush and I don't do it. That was bad. I'm doing it again. I missed the notes. Here it goes. That still wasn't good. There it goes. Ooh. Marco, read the pin post. Sorry, that was a very deep yawn to let me know that I should probably get some shut-eye. I got work in the morning and it's 5 minutes till midnight. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Hold it down, Cub Scouts. If y'all are interested in learning guitar, check me out. I got something very important to say. Hey man, say man. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you for watching this live stream, because you didn't have to be watching this right now, but you are watching it, so don't scroll away. Do me a favor, just double tap the screen. That way you could like this and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date anytime I do go live again. That is the best way to support this channel. But if you would like to support me, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a full-time guitarist and a full-time guitar educator. So not only do I teach using these live stream platforms, I teach in person. So if you are interested in taking lessons, I serve the Atlanta area, but I also do online virtual guitar lessons as well. If you would like to take lessons or learn guitar, check out the support link in the description. Or if you just want to support me and donate to the cause, that way I can become the best guitar educator that the world has seen, hit the link in the bio. Anyway, back to the live stream. I'd love to connect with you all. I don't have social media on my phone because I like to stay focused. But if you do follow me on any of the social media platforms, it's at the same brand name, Paul Neal Music. So YouTube obviously is the one that we're on right now. It just says Paul Neal. But if you look at the @ or like the URL, it's Paul Neal Music. Same thing for Gmail. Same thing for Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. No, I'm just playing. If you all would like to connect with me, reach out to me. Ask me any questions, any of the things. I am available. If you want to take lessons, reach out to me via those platforms. I'll eventually respond. TikTok, all of them. Even if you just commented on this live stream and you figuring out how to get in contact with me, just hit me up. Like I'm not a stranger. I'm not holier than thou. And I don't have everything figured out, but I do have a few ideas and I teach this all day long. So if y'all are interested in learning from me, let's connect. Let's continue to work. I'm looking forward to working with you all. So appreciate y'all for watching, but I'm about to get some shut eye. So peace out.